friendship that'll never ever end.
I think we all needed to hear that tonight, right? So, let's do it again.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Goldberg defeated The Fiend in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia's main event at Super Showdown to win the Universal Championship. You know, the thing is, a lot of people predicted this. A lot of people expected this to happen, but it hasn't stopped the WWE Universe imploding, exploding, imploding again, and exploding again. The raw emotion tonight on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is so real. And I suppose that is the power of professional wrestling right there. WWE can make you feel something. Now, there is no chance that I'm giving up on The Fiend. This video is looking at theories and how and why The Fiend has lost the Universal title and maybe what's next for The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I think there's some really big theories we need to talk about. But before we get to them, guys, a few people will dislike this video automatically because it's Goldberg defeats The Fiend. And people hate that. So make sure you counter them by hitting that like button. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button because we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. That's insane. So thank you so much, guys. And of course, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. You guys have the best theories, so I can't wait to read them. Now, something everyone missed from Friday Night SmackDown, but it's plainly obvious when you go and watch it back. Goldberg was talking to Bray via the Tron. Goldberg was in the ring, and Goldberg said, "I'm going to take your Universal Championship." And there was a ding, like the Funhouse noises. It made a ding as if Bray Wyatt was correct. Did we actually get this leaked on SmackDown that Goldberg was going to do this? I mean, it's not what anyone expected. The shock, the horror, the emotion is real. But let's not forget, on the road to WrestleMania is the Elimination Chamber. Now, the first theory we need to think about is, what if this is all just to make us mad and there's something going to be said on SmackDown, and then in a week and a couple of days' time, Bray versus Goldberg, the rematch, Bray retains the Universal Championship belt. It's very possible. Maybe they do Roman versus Goldberg at the Elimination Chamber, and maybe Roman loses to The Fiend at WrestleMania. I kind of like that idea, but I don't think that's what WWE will be doing. Because tomorrow night on SmackDown, conveniently, John Cena is back. Probably the biggest name in WWE in the past 20 years is John Cena, without a doubt. And the fact he's coming back to the WWE at this time is perfect, because there was the rumoured Cena-Elias match. That's been cancelled. And the rumour is John Cena versus The Fiend at WrestleMania. Now, personally, I would like to have seen this for the Universal title. I think you can tell a great story that John Cena is a 16-time world champion. He's looking for his 17th. He wants to beat Ric Flair's record. Bray Wyatt doesn't want John Cena to do that. Bray Wyatt wants to win his WrestleMania moment. He's never won a WrestleMania. Not only that, he's lost to John Cena. I think that would have been the perfect story to tell. But they can do it non-title nonetheless, even if. So, the title belt to Bray Wyatt, what did it actually mean? Well, we know from history of the Firefly Funhouse, it just was a toy. That's how he perceived it. He literally pulled it out of a toy box to symbolize that. He never took the belt seriously. So maybe, just maybe, Bray Wyatt never wanted the belt in the first place. It was just a toy to take off of Seth Rollins. It was just a toy to tease Daniel Bryan and The Miz with. And then, when he got the opportunity to lose it to Goldberg, he took it because he wants to face John Cena at WrestleMania and not Roman Reigns. Maybe that's possible. At Saudi Arabia, he actually had the opportunity to attack Goldberg. He didn't. He got up. He was perfectly fine. He could have attacked. He chose not to. For that reason and that reason alone, I believe The Fiend is done with Goldberg and is looking for someone else. Now, something to remember here is something we got told a long time ago. We got told that The Fiend may have more masks. The actual creator of the masks, Baker, did tease that big things are to come from Wyatt. He was asked if there's anything he'd like to tell WWE fans, and he said they need to keep watching because what is coming will blow them away. Well, let's be honest, the Funhouse has done that, the Fiend has done that. But what if there's more? What if that now the Fiend has lost, he's going to mutate, he's going to take on a new persona? What if he becomes more dangerous, more sadistic? There's so much WWE could do with the Fiend that they couldn't do before he was defeated. So it's very possible that we see a whole new side of the Fiend now he lost the belt. Of course, there's also Funhouse Bray Wyatt. We've seen Funhouse Bray out of the Funhouse wrestling The Miz at TLC. Really good match. And it was entertaining because it was different to the usual Fiend matches. What if the Bray Wyatt is now the new Fiend? What if the Fiend has sort of transferred powers to him, hence the Fiend was more vulnerable to Goldberg? What if Funhouse Bray Wyatt is the new attraction, not the Fiend? I kind of like that one a lot. Next one we have to talk about is Matt Hardy. Now, we all know from watching WWE Raw, and of course, Matt Hardy's amazing. Free to delete on YouTube. Matt Hardy is changing. Matt Hardy's broken brilliance has been destroyed. But destroyed by who? Well, Matt's told us by Kennigan, and we've always theorized that Kennigan means the Fiend. It's like a name for the Fiend, basically. And it's played on Free to Delete by Rising as well. So you can kind of tie the Fiend and Rising together when you watch Free to Delete. It makes a lot of sense then. And what if Kennigan's power, the Fiend's power, is taking over Matt Hardy? He was being overtaken by Abomination, which we know is a joint effort from Kennigan and Abigail. So what if Matt Hardy's involvement isn't done yet, and the new Matt Hardy, well, he said it, is days away? Now, the next really interesting thing to talk about is the puppets. I mean, something happens in life. You get a divorce or something, and people always talk about everything else, and the kids get forgotten about. Well, the Funhouse puppets have been forgotten about. What happens to these guys now that the Fiend has lost? Is Mercy going to turn psycho? Is Abby going to be crying? Is Huskus going to get fatter? Is Rambling Rabbit finally going to spill the beans and tell us the secrets of the Fiend and the secrets of the Funhouse? It's definitely possible. I have to say, though, I really do like the idea that Goldberg told us on SmackDown he was going to take the Universal title away from Bray Wyatt. The ding went off, and of course, it actually happened. He did take away that Universal title. He took away our hearts. He took away our dreams. He took away our favourite WrestleMania of all time moment that never even happened. And I am upset about it. Genuinely, I am. And I wanted to make this video just basically to talk about it because of that reason. But it does now look like Goldberg and Roman Reigns will take on each other at WrestleMania for the Universal title. The assumption being by WWE, Roman won't get booed if everyone hates Goldberg. Good luck with that, WWE. Ouch. But a lot of people are saying, do I expect to see The Fiend with a Universal title again? Truth be told, yes, I do. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen after Mania. We don't know if there's going to be a brand split. The Fiend could go to Raw. We don't know. So he could be holding WWE title. We got no idea. But I do think so. I don't see it happening yet, but I do see it happening because he's a great merch seller. He's a great performer in the ring, and it would make perfect sense to put the belt back on him, especially because his replica championship hasn't even been released yet. Who thought that was a good idea? I've got no idea. But, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, as I said earlier, Super Showdown is not the last, pit stop in the road to WrestleMania at all. That is Elimination Chamber is the last pay-per-view. So much could happen here that changes the entire landscape. I mean, The Fiend could enter the chamber and he could challenge Goldberg at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. That's a possibility. The WrestleMania card's been changed so many times that Vince McMahon may have seen all the outpouring of support and love for Fiend tonight on Twitter, and he's gone, hey, Fiend, you're getting your belt back. It's unlikely, but it's very possible. Silence is golden. The Fiend hasn't tweeted. Bray Wyatt's not put anything on Instagram. There is no more news to report like that. I am super upset, but hopefully SmackDown will give us some answers. Hopefully Elimination Chamber will further those answers. Let me know, as you always do, your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think is next for The Fiend, Bray Wyatt? Of course, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Follow me over on Twitter at CWrestlingUK. See you next time. Peace!